London, 2003. A 21-year-old man stands on a street corner. Police surround him. He doesn't run. He's been here before. His name is Femi. And by every measure society uses to judge a person, he has already failed. Banned from his own neighborhood, charged with drug possession, an electronic tag strapped to his ankle like a scarlet letter the whole world could see. If you had walked past Femi that day, you would have written him off. Most people did. But here's the thing about that story. It isn't over. Somewhere along the way, someone told you something. Maybe it was a teacher, maybe a parent, maybe just a slow accumulation of years of being you. They said, this is who you are, the quiet one, the anxious one, the one who can't follow through, the one who gets too emotional, the one who was never really a people person. And you believed it because it felt true, because the evidence was everywhere, in your habits, your reactions, your history. Science itself seemed to back it up. Psychologists spent decades telling us personality was fixed by adulthood, locked in, done. But what if that was wrong? Dr. Jarrett spent over 20 years inside the world of neuroscience and psychology, not as a theorist, as someone obsessed with one question. Can people actually change who they are? Not on the surface, not with a new outfit or a motivational quote, but deep down, in the wiring, in the patterns, in the invisible architecture of personality that shapes every choice you make. What he found shook everything he thought he knew.
Inside every human being, Jarrett found not one personality, but 5 forces constantly in tension. Picture them like dials on a mixing board. The first dial, neuroticism. How much anxiety, fear, and emotional turbulence lives in your chest? The second, extroversion. Whether other people fill you up or drain you dry. The third, openness. How hungry your mind is for new ideas, new worlds, new ways of seeing. The fourth, conscientiousness. The inner force that makes you follow through or lets you off the hook. And the fifth, agreeableness. How much warmth you carry for the people around you. These 5 dials, they define how you show up at work, in relationships, in moments of crisis, in moments of joy. And for most of human history, we believed those dials were welded in place. Jarrett discovered they weren't.
So how does someone actually change? Jarrett found 2 doors, and the people who transform themselves completely, they walk through both at the same time. The first door goes inward. It's the door of the mind, of attention, of the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. The anxious person who learns to watch their thoughts instead of becoming them. The pessimist who slowly, deliberately rewires what they notice about the world. Change from the inside out. The second door goes outward. It's the door of environment, of the rooms you walk into, the people you surround yourself with, the roles you take on, even before you feel ready for them. Femi didn't wake up one morning and decide to be an Olympian in his mind first. He stepped into rooms that demanded a different version of him, and slowly, that version became real. Change from the outside in.
But there's a third element, the one Jarrett says almost nobody talks about. Before the strategies, before the habits, before the action plans, you have to know what you're changing for. Because here's what the research shows. Personality change that sticks isn't driven by discipline. It's driven by meaning. The man who becomes more disciplined because he wants to be a better father. The woman who becomes less anxious because she refuses to let fear steal her one life. The kid who becomes more confident because there's a dream inside him that's bigger than his fear. The why comes first, always. So before you ask, how do I change? Ask something deeper. Who do I want to be? And why does it matter?
The chapter on the Dark Triad, narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy. Words that make us uncomfortable, and for good reason. In their extreme forms, these traits destroy lives and relationships. But Jarrett dares to ask a different question. What if there's something to learn here? The calculated calm of a surgeon in crisis. The laser focus of an entrepreneur who doesn't take rejection personally. The strategic thinking of a negotiator who sees 10 moves ahead. These are edges, and in small doses, in the right context, they can be wielded without becoming the monster. The lesson isn't to become cold, it's to stop being afraid of your own strength.
Here's the part that stopped me cold when I read it. Even if you do nothing, your personality is changing right now. The day you got married, your conscientiousness quietly increased. The day you became a parent, new fears and new loves rewired your entire nervous system. The day you lost a job, lost a person, lost a version of your life you thought was permanent, your personality shifted, sometimes toward more anxiety, sometimes toward more resilience, often both. Life is carving you every single day. The question Jarrett leaves you with is simple and devastating. Are you going to be the sculptor or just the stone?
Back to Femi. The ankle tag came off, the ban was lifted, the drugs stayed in the past. But the real transformation wasn't legal or geographical. It was internal, then external, then internal again. A loop. Values becoming actions, actions becoming habits, habits becoming identity. The troubled kid from London didn't just stop being who he was. He became an Olympic champion. Same soul, new architecture. And the science says, so can you. You are not a finished product. You are a first draft. And the pen has always been in your hand.